This is News 10 at 11.
This place seats nearly 21,000 persons. It sounds like 30,000 persons tonight.
The hometown fans were in the groove, but the 76ers hit a big bump in the NBA playoffs tonight. Good evening, I'm Tracy Davidson, in for Renee Chenault.
Larry Menti on the floor of the First Union Center, where you're right, the fans were in the groove. It didn't seem the Sixers were, though. We are on the floor where they're cleaning up right now after a mess by the Philadelphia 76ers. They lost tonight to the Indiana Pacers, are now to get down 3-0 in the NBA playoffs. But hey, you can't be sad. You can be disappointed. You can't be sad, because who thought they'd get this far? And right now, all they have to do is win 4 games in a row. Well, we'll talk about the problems down the road. Let's take a look at a beautiful shot from the Chopper 10 gyro cam right now over the First Union Center, where fans are filing out. The Dave Matthews concert is happening at the Vet. There'll be some traffic problems. We'll talk about that in a second. But first, let's talk about the problems for the 76ers tonight. Vi Sikahem is here. You saw what I saw. What do you have to say?
Well, we're going to get back to the X's and O's when we come back in sports, but it was obviously a very tough night here, Larry. This city was looking for a reason to party here tonight. The Sixers gave them that reason. A raucous crowd here all night cheering them on, but it was not enough. Early on in the game, Allen Iverson put this team on his back. The drive and the basket. But then the Pacers proved to be too much. Reggie Miller with a dunk here. The Pacers have backed the Sixers into a corner. They beat them tonight 97-86. Sixers, of course, now down 3 games to love. They'll come back here Sunday afternoon and try to stave off elimination and, of course, stave off a sweep. We'll have much more. We'll hear from Allen Iverson. We'll hear from the coach, Larry Brown, when we come back in sports. Larry?
And as Pat Croce would say, now we just have to win 4 in a row.
Yeah, as a lot of my friends here in the news business said to me earlier, these guys have been playing with house money. You know, people here are excited that they've gotten this far, so let's not get too down.
Right, a magical, magical season. It all starts again on Friday, and you have to love the Philadelphia 76ers fans. They've been behind their team throughout, and even as they were leaving this game tonight, most of the fans did not think their team is out of it yet.
Yeah, we're not done yet. We're not done. It's 3-0, but we're not done. We got a chance.
How about Sunday?
Sunday's the big. We got to be just as hyped for Sunday.
Larry Brown University is still in session. It's just freshman year. They'll be all right sophomore, junior. Then they're going to graduate and win an NBA championship.
They need to get more rebounds. More rebounds. They wasn't getting on the board.
How about Sunday? They out of it and they got a chance?
No, they still got a chance.
I think Iverson played fine. If they make their foul shots and if the refs call more, I think they got a good chance on Sunday.
Nothing like a Philadelphia 76ers fan in the middle of a season like this. They still believe their team has a chance. And then there are fans, and then there are super fans, and then there are superstars. We have our share of entertainment royalty, and they all came back to Philadelphia to cheer on the 76ers. Grammy winners Branford Marsalis and Bruce Hornsby played the national anthem tonight because Bruce Hornsby is from Allen Iverson's Virginia home.
Actually, we played about 5-6 years ago. Ask him about it sometime.
The rest of the star power tonight is a who's who of Philadelphia.
I'm just really excited to get these 2 games back.
I sweated through a lot of seasons with no wins, and now we're in the playoffs, so I'm here.
Philly's finally got something to believe in basketball again, most definitely.
We will win. We will definitely win.
How do you know?
I've got connections.
Okay, here's what we know from that. Teddy Pendergast is not a psychic. Will Smith didn't get what he wanted either. DJ Jazzy Jeff does not have to paint his face. And Bruce Hornsby allegedly beat Allen Iverson in a game of 1-on-1. If that can happen, we can win 4 in a row. Let's take another shot upstairs from the Chopper 10 gyro cam. And Tracy, that's the Dave Matthews concert just wrapping up. You see all those people in the stands. They're going to be hitting the roads pretty soon.
It will be a slow ride home for a lot of people for sure. News 10's Doug Schimel is live on the ground with that part of the story. Doug?
Yeah, before a lot of these folks could get out of here tonight, they had to get in here, and that was interesting to say the least. Any more cars, and they would have needed a shoehorn. The Vet and the First Union Center lots went first. So it was up to Roosevelt Park and the Navy Yard lots to absorb the endless line.
We had 50 spots left in FDR Park, 50 spots left at the Navy Yard, so you can see how close it was.
even after 8 p.m., still they came.
How was the traffic coming in?
Bad.
Really? Where was it the worst?
Coming over the bridge.
But there was nothing intentional for these late arrivers.
Did you come late just to avoid the traffic, or you want to get here for Dave Matthews?
No, we hit all the traffic.
Yeah, we came from Virginia.
And just as the last car crammed in, it was almost time for that tide of traffic to start going out. So I guess if this is the intersection at Broad and Patterson where Dave Matthews fans and traffic meet up with Allen Iverson's traffic tonight, given the outcome of the Sixers game, I guess you'd say Dave Matthews fans and traffic win. Live in South Philly, I'm Doug Scheimel, News 10.
And we will have more live coverage of the Sixers' road to the championship coming up later on News 10. In other news now, we have new information tonight about the teenager accused of shooting up his Georgia high school. 15-year-old Thomas Solomon is charged with wounding 6 classmates yesterday. Tonight, he's described as a church-going Boy Scout who attended a prayer meeting the night before the rampage. One victim says Solomon acted as if the shooting was all a game.
They're laughing, jumping up and down. He was kind of had a natural high off pulling the trigger.
Police say Solomon was a marksman with the handgun and rifle used in the attack and could have done a lot more damage. They say he stole the guns from his stepfather's locked gun cabinet and hid them in his baggy pants on the school bus. The district attorney will decide if Solomon will be charged as an adult. Police are asking the driver involved in a fatal South Jersey hit and run to step forward and tell what happened. The accident happened on Caldwell Road in Cherry Hill before 3 this morning. Police say the area is not well lit, so the driver may not have realized what happened. 32-year-old John J. Kelly of Cherry Hill died of the head injuries. Police tell News 10 the car was apparently heading south on Caldwell. They're asking witnesses to come forward to help identify the car's make and model. Now the latest on the crisis in Kosovo. Serb reports say a NATO missile hit a Kosovo jail today, killing 19 people. So far, no confirmation from NATO. Meanwhile, 514 members of the New Jersey Air National Guard have now been called in to help in the crisis. They will join other units from McGuire Air Force Base already overseas. Members of the 108th Refueling Wing must report to McGuire for duty by Monday. Right now, they don't know exactly when or where they will be sent. Now let's go back live to Larry Menti at the First Union Center. Larry?
Tracy, Allen Iverson is a superstar to everyone. We've seen him on the court. But to a little boy and a little girl at home, he is simply daddy. Tonight, an exclusive one-on-one interview with Allen and his family about his life off the court.
There is a new revelation about what really killed a former child star. Also ahead on News 10, would you let a total stranger into your home if you heard a knock on the door? Wait until you see what we found when we went undercover. And is this the night Susan Lucci breaks her losing streak at the Daytime Emmys? The answer ahead on News 10 at 11. May have been involved in a wild North Philadelphia crash. Chopper 10 over 26th and York Streets, where police say the white car hit a parked car and steps of a row home before crashing. Investigators say it had several vehicle ID numbers. The driver was treated at Hahnemann University Hospital and then taken into custody. Tonight, Dano Plato's death has been ruled a suicide. The former child actress from Different Strokes was found dead 2 weeks ago. An Oklahoma coroner had ruled Plato's death accidental, but he says he changed his decision because of the high levels of painkillers and Valium in her system. Boxer Mike Tyson will soon be getting out of a Maryland jail. The State Parole Commission granted him a June 4th release today. Tyson has been behind bars since February when he pleaded no contest to assaulting a motorist after a traffic accident. High drama was played out at the Daytime Emmy Awards tonight. Did Susan Lucci break her long-running losing streak? We'll have the answer coming up.
You're watching News 10, your station for the new millennium.
Plus, a special News 10 investigation. Would you open your door to a stranger? Well, you say no now, but you won't believe what our undercover camera saw.
Tens of thousands of fans saw Allen Iverson on the court tonight. Coming up, you'll see him in a whole new light. A News 10 exclusive coming up. A side of Allen Iverson most people don't see on camera. That'll be a little bit later on News 10 at 11.
Now to another star. She finally did it. TV soap opera star Susan Lucci has finally won her Daytime Emmy Award after 18 straight losses.
The streak is over, Susan Lucci!
The big moment tonight in New York. Lucci plays Erica Kane on All My Children, and tonight she saved her biggest thank you for her Never Say Die fans.
Thanks to you, I'm here, and I promise I will try my best never to let you down. I'm going back to that studio on Monday, and I'm going to play Erica Kane for all she's worth. Thank you so very much.
A happy ending for the long-running Susan Lucci real-life soap opera. Other winners tonight, Anthony Geary for lead actor in a drama series. General Hospital took the Emmy for Best Drama Series. Rosie O'Donnell captured the Best Emmy for Best Talk Show. And game show host Bob Barker won a Lifetime Achievement Award. You probably take all sorts of precautions to keep intruders and criminals out of your home. But in a News 10 investigation, I found that some people almost invite intruders in. So the next time your doorbell rings, remember you could be opening your door to danger.
They just walked in.
88-year-old Stanley Kider and his wife, Michaeline, still remember the day they had some unexpected visitors. They said they were from the water department.
One went into the kitchen, was keeping him busy, watching the water spigot and tapping. The other went down the cellar tapping on the pipes, while the third one was around in the house, roaming through all the drawers.
They stole a total of $1,500, including money set aside in church envelopes. We often hear stories about imposters, and we say, how could somebody have been fooled? Well, would you be fooled if somebody showed up at your front door with a clipboard, a water bottle, and an ID badge?
I have to get a water sample from the water inspector.
These people are letting this man into their home. He's a complete phony who could be a robber, a rapist, or even a killer. He's really a News 10 producer that we sent out to show how easy it is to get into anyone's home. We wanted to see how trusting people are, so we made up this phony ID badge for a water inspector, a badge that you could easily make on any home computer. We also gave him a clipboard and water testing bottles so he'd appear more authentic. Then, our phony water inspector went unannounced to homes all over the Delaware Valley.
I'm the water inspector. I have to get a water sample.
At home after home, people let him in.
Oh, yeah, just from the tap, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Even in homes with children.
But I said, okay, come on in, because my husband was here. If my husband wasn't here, I don't know, I probably would have said, well, I'll get it for you.
Some people seemed suspicious, but still let him in. But some people did pass the test. This woman insisted she would take the sample at her faucet and told him her dog would bite.
We just never let people in our house, just any old person.
Once they're in there, you're defenseless.
We showed our hidden camera tapes to Frank Friel. He is president of Atlantic Security.
So you expose yourself to the theft of your personal property and your valuables, and also your life in jeopardy. Your life is certainly in jeopardy once somebody gets inside your house. And criminals know this.
So you have to protect yourself. Be suspicious of anyone who comes unannounced. Look for company names on vehicles and ID. If you have any doubt, call the company that they claim to represent before you open the door. Or if they seem suspicious, call the police. And teach your kids to never open the door to someone they don't know. Well, at least one thing was perfect for tonight's pregame party, and that was the weather, Larry.
Oh, you know what, Tracy, you're absolutely right. You can complain about the way this day ended. You can't complain about the way it started or the way this game started tonight. John was out here. It was a blast. And what beautiful weather, John.
Yeah, it was a great time out there. The block party was great. Unfortunately, the Sixers lost, but it's been a great series. It's been great for the Sixers, been great for the town. So we still got another shot coming up on Sunday. Let's check out our WeatherNet sites and see what's going on. WeatherNet sites sponsored by our good old buddies supplying the juice, hanging out at Pico Energy. 76 was the high down the shore today. Some folks heading down that way. It'll be a nice one for Saturday. 61 degrees the present temperature. The official high today at the airport. What a beautiful day. 78 degrees. It's 62 right now. Low this morning, 53. Hey, I met the couple out the other night. He said, all right, I'll do it. Amy and Matt, wedding day, May 22nd, 1999. Congrats. It'll be warm and dry for Amy and Matt's wedding. Good luck. Temperatures on the rise right now in the 60s, and they'll continue to rise into the 80s for your Saturday exclusive Earthwatch fly. We pull back from Philly. There is the high-pressure system in control for tonight, in control for tomorrow, and then the change will take place around midnight on Saturday night with the chance of some showers and thunder showers. So you have the Dave Matthews concert again tomorrow night. Probably sneak that in until the very end, somewhere between 11 and 12 o'clock. The showers may start to arrive closer to midnight hour, so that's when some of the activity may start to push in. Future weathercast put out by the Adonis computer model tomorrow morning. Sunshine mixing with clouds. throughout the day. A warm day, a dry day, temperatures around 83 degrees in the afternoon. The showers will arrive around midnight Saturday night. The best chance of rain, midnight till about 9, 10 o'clock Saturday morning, maybe some breaks around 2 or 3 o'clock Sunday afternoon. Time for the Sixers game. And then more rain moving in again for Monday and Tuesday. Tonight, mostly clear, lows around 55 degrees. Your Saturday, fine. Hazy sunshine, a warm day, some clouds mixed in. Highs around 83 degrees. Down the shore in the upper 70s during the day. Warm and dry, sunburn index, moderate southerly winds. Sunday, yep, it's going to rain down the shore. Temperatures in the upper 60s to around 70. Burn index, goose egg. 5-day forecast through the weekend. That rain threat, best chance midnight Saturday through Sunday morning. Some breaks Sunday afternoon, 74 degrees. Monday, 75 with some afternoon showers, rain and wind. Tuesday, and then the sun returns on Wednesday. Again, the rain for Saturday night, late around midnight through Sunday morning. Check in again with Glenn Hurricane Schwartz for the very latest. But Saturday will be dry. Saturday evening will be dry. It's like midnight. Saturday night through Sunday morning will be wet.
We'll hope for clearing skies right before the game.
I think so. Maybe just in time.
Okay, thanks, John. Tomorrow night on News 10 at 11, another weapon in the war against cellulite. It's a little red pill called Celicine, and it might help women eliminate those dreaded cellulite dimples. We found some volunteers willing to give Celicine a try. Tomorrow night on News 10 at 11, we will show you how they're doing in our News 10 special report, Cellulite Solution.
And I'm Larry Menti at the First Union Center. We continue our coverage of the road to the championship, although it's a longer road now, Vi.
And a little bit bumpy. When we come back in sports, you'll hear from the answer, Allen Iverson, who had no answers tonight, when News 10 at 11 continues.
On clock now shows about 37 hours to game number 4. Vi, there's my seats right up there. I screamed my head off. I lost my voice. It didn't seem to help. The Sixers couldn't do a thing. I finally have to admit, as much as I hate it, Indiana might be a better team.
Well, Indiana's been here before, and every great team, as you know, Larry, has had to go through games like this, has had to go through situations like this and series like this. The 76ers will be much better off having gone through this situation. There's one telling statistic in this game is that Matt Geiger, the starting center, 0 rebounds tonight. Let's give you some of the footage of the action earlier tonight. You know, Ratliff, they got a little bit of offense from him right there with the dunk, picked up 10 points on the night, but Reggie Miller absolutely carried this team on his back. He is as good as advertised. A slam there, 29 points for Miller tonight. There's a team walking off, obviously disappointed. Allen Iverson, very discouraged and very disappointed with tonight's outcome.
I mean, we really don't think about early runs, if we get them or if they get them, because every team has a run in them. You know, we know if we get a good run on them, they're going to make another one right back at us. And we understand that, but, you know, when they made their run tonight, we just couldn't recover.
I mean, they played a solid offensive game. You know, it's just, we couldn't get anything going, and our crowd tried to get us going, and, you know, they did a great job being behind us, but they're a good team, and, you know, we got to get better. We got to learn from this.
As you just saw there in the countdown clock, about 37 hours away from Game 4. That's Sunday, 12:30 p.m. 11:30, our coverage begins with a special pregame show. Now to some football news. The mayor, the city, the fans, everybody wanted Ricky Williams here. It's not going to happen. Deuce Staley is the man, and today the Eagles made a commitment to him, paying him $16.5 million over 6 years. So Deuce Staley rewarded today with a new contract. Let's talk baseball. Phils and Mets at Shea Stadium today in New York. Let's take you there. Bottom of 3 with a man on. John Olerud at the plate. Jacks this one. That is a homer. 2-run shot. And the next guy up is Mike Piazza. I think we know a little bit about him. A solo shot, nearly the identical spot, gave the Mets a 3-0 lead. They went on to win tonight, the first game of a weekend series, 7-5. When we come back, we will show you Allen Iverson as you have never seen him before, as News 10 at 11 continues.
Sunday on News 10 at 11. The thrills, the spills, and the slams are back.
I love the girls fighting. Look at this. This is great.
This is not your father's roller derby. It's Roller Jam.
Hey, WC.
Now go beyond the rails and see Philadelphia's surprising connection to the rebirth of these battles on blades. News 10's Vi Sekahema gets ready to rumble with Roller Jam. Sunday on News 10 at 11.
Welcome back to the First Union Center, where the Sixers have lost tonight, 97-86. Now to Allen Iverson. the Sixers superstar. You have heard about his very public life. He's very protective of his private life, and that's the side we're going to show you tonight in an exclusive News 10 interview with Howard Eskin.
That little girl. Yeah. Honey, boo, boo.
It's the side of Allen Iverson fans don't see. A dad kissing and cuddling with his kids.
Kiss. Me kiss.
What do the kids and Tawana mean to you?
Everything. You know, it's wild because you can play a terrible game, terrible, horrible game. Your team get beat real bad. Just to know you can go home and wake these guys up. I mean, it means everything to me.
Allen has 2 children, Tiara, who is 3, and little Allen II, or Deuce as he's called, who is just over a year old. And this is his girlfriend, Tawana.
Tawana, what's he like coming home after a loss?
When they lose, I told him before, I said, I don't know what to say to you when you lose. But when he comes in, he wakes the kids up like he says, and he's fun.
Iverson to the hoop, score! Sometimes it still seems like the impossible dream that this young man with such a troubled past could be where he is today. At age 17, Iverson was locked up after a fight at a bowling alley in Virginia, playing the game of life in the courts of juvenile justice.
You know, when I was young and too young to understand, I felt like, you know, once I made some money, you know, all my problems would go away.
And 2 years ago, Iverson was put on probation after being stopped as the passenger in a car with an illegal gun. But Allen is maturing each day to overcome those obstacles.
I make mistakes in my life, and I understand that, and I know that. That's what helps me, you know, deal with everything that's going on.
Did you learn from your mistakes in the past? When you look back on that now, did you learn from all that and how much?
I feel like a mistake is only a mistake if you make it 2 times.
Right now, Allen Iverson's been a good citizen. He's not into publicity, so a lot of his good deeds go unnoticed. That may be the reason fans don't know Allen Iverson outside of basketball.
What image would you like them to look at you?
I don't really look at it like that. I just would like people to know that I'm a good person, regardless of how I dress and my hair, and you know, me being in trouble before. You know, I'm human. You know, I mean, I'm 23 years old. You know, and I'm gonna make mistakes, and I just want people to know that I am a good person. You know, get to know me before you judge me.
You know the tough times you had when you grew up. What would you like to see for your kids?
Just for them to believe they could do whatever they want to do. You know, give them the confidence that my mom gave me.
He is going through a very public persona, a transformation of his image, and that's part of moving up to the next level as a superstar.
Yeah, it's the path we all travel. It's just growing up, and we're growing to accept them, too. We'll be right back.
Celebrate their heritage and their effects on Philadelphia. News 10 tonight in Chinatown for the Pan-Asian Association's annual banquet. Mayor Rendell was honored for his relationship with the Asian community. He thanked the crowd for contributing to the city's growth academically, professionally, and culturally. The Tonight Show with Jay Leno is next. I'm Tracy Davidson in for Renee Chenault. Larry?
And I'm Larry Menti. The 76ers for the moment are on the side of the road to the championship. We are now 37 hours away from Game 4 and hopefully a 4-game sweep. And we were 36 hours away from our News 10 pregame special with Vi Sikahema and Howard Eskin. And that's going to happen at 11:30 on Sunday. We will see you then from the First Union Center. Goodbye. I'm Larry Menti.
Good night.
Thanks for watching NBC, America's late night leader. Sleep. Who needs it? From the NBC